Happy Halloween, ladies.
You just listen to the old Pork Chop Express here now and take his advice on a dark and stormy night when the lightning's crashing and the thunder's rolling and the rain.
Good morning, Valhalla! The Mad Doctor is here, a Dega Outlaw! The Wrench of Wrenches, Chris Persia! The Madman, Mark the Infinitely Tired! Keely Chow, roll tide, brother, roll tide! Das Wolfen! Olds Gamer 72 Cutlass! Talk hard with Pops! Gun Bunny! Decepticons, Cave of Villains! Feel like I'm on Batman! Pacific 414! Skull and Tuck and Roll! With Snowdub! Shum! Talking about pronouns! No! The Ginger Ninja! Shellback TJC! Quad Sailing! Greetings, one and all, and welcome to Mornings of Mischief. I'm your host, Stone Loki. Ryan's backstage just giggling up a storm, like holding up the devil horns and thumbs up. And like, yeah, I love how excited. I love how excited some people get backstage sometimes. I'm like, yeah, it gives me more energy, you know? It fires me up even more than I usually get with all the caffeine I take in the morning. Oh, I'm just kidding. I'm drinking tea. But it's not decaf. Good. It's just tea. So, not your kind of tea, because our kind of tea is like, I mean, you can see through our tea. Oh. So, it's not like your tea. So, I remember I got into there was this British lady I got into a thing with, because I was like, I drink tea. And she was like, you don't drink our tea, dear. You can see through your tea. You can't see through ours. And I'm like, okay.
That's probably because of your bad quality Flint, Michigan water.
No. We got clear water. It's just it's like, okay, so the tea I drink like Texas sweet tea. Oh. So it's like Texas sweet tea with lemon. So it's Southern tea. It's Southern down here, as Arwen would say. Oh, you know, Southern gentlemen. Sausages, where the sausages taste like sausages and roided owls and all.
And box wine.
Don't forget the box wine, y'all. Oh my God. So it's different. It's different. But I like, you know, a good cup of strong tea. That'll help. Can't drink soda. God help me. Psychodorf 9 with $5 super chat. Just rolled out, trying to get my eyeballs to uncross. Rolling and listening. Good morning, my friend. I heard you made it to New Mexico safe. Congratulations. glad you made it safe, and I can't wait to see everybody this weekend. I'm so psyched. I got so much to do today to set everything up for when I'm gone. I got to set up a stream. I got to set up a pre-record thing with the Dega for Thursday night, and set up everything for Friday. And I'm just hoping everything goes right. And we've got great internet connection. There's going to be a lot of people there.
Oh,
so it's going to be absolutely crazy. It's going to be crazy. This is far beyond what me and Mike expected when we started planning this out. So thank you guys. Everybody that's on the way, everybody that's already there. I know a Palmies minion made it. I can't wait to hang out with the Palmies and puppers. I can't wait to see the puppers. So, but enough about me and our adventure. I'm sure you're going to hear plenty about that in the next couple of days. And we are here for a reason. You are here for a reason. To quote Kal-El talking to his son, or Jor-El talking to his son Kal-El. We are here for a reason. And that reason is to talk to the wonderful Ryan Roger Athay. You've been kicking. You just told me backstage. You're like, I did 6 videos yesterday, Loki, and I was like, Jesus Christ, man!
First time I've done that in a good while. I've been relaxing for October because I have a target every month because I'm all about statistics and numbers, and I broke that target in the first 8 days. So for the rest of October, I've been relaxing a bit, but I've got another live stream tonight at 11 p.m. UK time with Ironcaster, which is 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central, where you are, Loki, and other times in other parts of the US. But yeah, keep on going and keep on growing. And hopefully...
DJ wants to know if we can kidnap you. Can we kidnap you and get you into the U.S.? We'll bypass customs. We'll sneak you in. I don't know how we're going to do it.
Well, basically, I'm the Az of Valhalla. Well, I haven't been... And third of all, I'm not Mexican. Well, neither is Mexican Iron Man, but...
Caucasian. Caucasian Iron Man.
I don't think I'll be able to smuggle myself across the U.S. border.
Oh my God, I can't believe you said that. Well, Texas is Central Time. Yes, it is. It's central in the country. So it's right in the middle of the country. So I would think it would be Central Time. Yes.
Well,
put him in luggage. Yeah. You can do
I'm a bit heavy for that. But hopefully this Valhalla-con is the first of many, folks. And it becomes, over the next 5 to 10 years, the next big event within this massive alliance of alternatives that we all are. We all have one thing in common. We don't like the establishment, and we don't like what it does. So here we are.
Oh, I've got an idea. I'll wear you through customs. See, I got a pair of Doc Martens back through customs that way. That way I didn't have to pay the tax on them. So I'll just throw you up on my shoulders and I'll wear you like a shawl. I'll be like, this is my shawl. See how hairy it is. Look, it's hairy.
I weigh nearly 300 pounds.
Yeah. I don't know if I can make it through customs. I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to see. My shoulders aren't what they used to be. You know what's funny? True story. I used to carry 500 pounds of birdshot on my shoulders. So
I don't know what that is.
Okay, so birdshot is what is used in shotgun shells to shoot birds.
Oh,
it's the little tiny metal pellets. Okay, you've got birdshot and then you've got buckshot. Those are bigger. Those are for like taking out a deer. And then you've got a slug, which is a solid piece of metal. So, but all 3 of those are used in shotguns. Now, what my mother would do is my mother would take this birdshot and she would make bears with this birdshot. So she would fill up the limbs to add more weight with this birdshot. And so what she would do is she'd come home and literally our Aerostar minivan, the back of it would be weighted down with this birdshot. So there'd be 500 pounds of birdshot in the back of this van. And what I would do is I'd stack 5 each shoulder. So 250 pounds on one shoulder, 250 pounds on the other shoulder, and then walk into her art room with it and dump it.
No wonder your shoulders have been shot then. Carrying all that stuff around.
Well, I was a brute as a teenager. So I played football
20
and I
years
did
ago.
all the
25 years ago.
25 years ago, I was a brute, and then, banged up the knee, and that was the end of that.
Oh.
So, but enough about me. I know we got off on this weird story, but I don't know. In my late teens, early 20s, I bet you I could haul you up on my shoulders and carry you around like a shaw. La la la, we'll go dance, and just
Folks,
Ryan's on my shoulder.
Loki's nearly twice my age, so.
Oh my God. Okay. Just in all seriousness. All right. You have been kicking ass and taking names. Tell us a little bit about what you've been doing and how you've been doing it lately. And be as specific as possible. That way, anyone out there that's listening, that's like, well, I want to do what Ryan's doing. You can kind of give them a lead and give them a way to work it.
Well, when was the last time we spoke? At least a couple of months ago, wasn't it?
3 or 4 months ago.
So over the last 3 or 4 months, folks, a lot has changed. In July, I lost my voice. Thankfully, I got it back. And then to make up for the fact that for nearly a month I wasn't creating regularly, I decided to go all out with content creation in August. Made a heck of a lot of videos, my thoughts, suggestion videos from the audience, as well as Rising Stars videos. And I managed to strike it lucky when Psych2Go, America's largest mental health and well-being channel, shared my thoughts about them. Got about 17,000 views in 3 days and a good 150 subscribers in a few days. That's really amazing. Did help get to 964 subscribers in August by the end from 648. So I make quite a few videos a day, folks. Less so now because I've been relaxing a little and I started my own show, reality-based, of which Loki has been a guest. And hopefully you can all be guests of the show. But what I do, ladies and gentlemen, is that for videos, I have a scripted structure, 5 points, introduction, explanation, my personal views, conclusion, and outro. And that's how I structure every script. For Rising Stars, there's one in the middle called Rising Stars. And for my thoughts videos, I decided to take away the conclusion and just have the outro. So that's how I structure videos. But in order to keep on growing, I keep on going because my videos are not the best quality, but I make up for it by making lots of them all the time. So if you want to do what I do, folks, well, number one, thumbnails. I use PowerPoint, Microsoft PowerPoint, and I get pictures of people and type up their names, and that's the title. And then it's just me speaking from a script with bloopers. There are always bloopers because I have the mind of Joe Biden. And sometimes it can be funny. Sometimes it can be frustrating. But the channel currently is at over 1,100 subscribers. I think it's at 1,134. The videos are about 3 to 5 minutes long. And, I keep churning them out. In fact, I told Loki backstage, folks, about waiting for this show. I drew up about 100 extra names for Rising Stars, going from 292 to 413 in my schedule.
How much of your day is dedicated to YouTube? I mean, include anything from writing up an idea, scripts, whatever, spending time on YouTube. How much of your day, that includes watching someone's video, creating one of your own, all of that under the hat of YouTube. How much of your day?
Oh, well, in terms of thumbnail making and script making, it's about an hour for about 4 videos every day. In terms of watching people's content, that's about 2 to 3 hours a day, mostly in the early morning, early afternoon. Every Wednesday, I do watch this show because I do like talking about YouTube. And for the rest of the day, not the rest of the day, but over the next few hours, I make the videos by pressing record and reading the scripts. And then that's got to be an extra 2 hours. So how many hours is that? 5 hours? At least 5 hours. Or if I want to make more scripts and thumbnails, that's an extra hour for the day after. But sometimes I do take a day off. I don't like taking any more than a day off at a time, because once you build the momentum, it's kind of hard to get it back. But yeah, I'm not burning out. The only thing that burned out was my voice, and that was because of black mold when I had the green screen. I've moved everything to the right in my room. That's why you have this great big cola can and this tripod, which used to hold the Kinect camera, the Xbox Kinect camera, and it was actually there when everything was more to the left. But I moved everything to the right now. There's no more mold. I replaced the DVDs and video, not videotapes, because, yes, videotapes, blooper. I put them on my windowsills because I don't have curtains. And we got these books here now. And, yeah, 2 towers. You got to make
2 towers.
You've got to make do with what you have.
And that's something that's absolutely amazing that you have done, that some people they get so worried about, well, if I'm gonna do this, I've got to have this specific type of laptop to stream, and I have to have this equipment to do this, and I've got to have this type of camera. It has to be a 4K ultra blah da. And some people don't realize that shit. All you need is your phone or a tablet, and you can go live. You can make a video. Or Chromebook.
What I'm using, it's a 4 gigabyte RAM, 64 gigabytes SSD memory with the Chromebook camera, no microphone, just me speaking my mind. You don't want to see me in 4K. I mean, my beard, my goodness, you'll see how loose my beard is in 4K. Using StreamYard for free, 20 hours a month is perfectly fine for me. For me, it's all about getting costs as close to zero as possible, because this isn't a business for me, folks. I don't even have online banking. So in terms of monetization, that's not really a thing. How do I pay for memberships? I use this. I use something called Google Play.
Yes.
I use that. I go to the shop in town and I get one of these, put £10 on it, and it helped me pay for 2 memberships, one for you, Loki, and one for Pops, who was in the chat.
I saw that yesterday.
It's just great to be a part of this community, and the more people who speak their minds, the better. We need all the help we can get. It's not easy, but nothing good ever comes easy. But so long as you enjoy what you're doing, folks, you can keep on going. And if you can keep on going, you can keep on growing. Despite YouTube's attempts to suppress channels, as I said to Loki when he was on Reality Based, channel suppression is real, especially for live streaming channels, but I believe that can be bypassed thanks to networking, which is what we're doing now. Thank you, Twitter.
Chris Persia says that's very generous of you, Ryan. I absolutely agree.
Oh, yes. Well, I don't have the biggest budget in the world. In fact, don't really have a budget.
and I've told people you don't have to. You know, I mean, okay. So is it nice to be able to pay for the upgraded version of StreamYards where you have high definition? You have a high definition 1080p broadcast. Well, yeah, but God, that costs over $400 a year. That's over $400 a year. It comes out to about $40 a month. It's $60 if you pay month to month. If you pay for a year, you're getting like $20 off a month, around that. That's expensive. There's not a lot of people that can do that. Doing the upgrade down, the one below that, that's 720p. Is that fine? Sure, it's fine. I that's what I started out doing. I started out with the paying month to month. I think I was paying like $11 or $12 month to month because I didn't want the damn duck on the thing. I wanted a dragon. I didn't want
like
to duck.
I like duckies.
So it's one of, but did I have to do that? No, I didn't have to do that. And you don't either. You don't either. And especially when you're working with a small budget,
Mm-hmm.
there are ways to do things where you're not paying constantly. You're not paying someone constantly to be able to be on the air and earn.
Agreed.
So any other tips on, like, well, if you don't have, a lot to work with, use this, do this?
Well, when I can't find something to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, I take suggestions from the audience. If there isn't an audience, then I look for what's happening, such as with Amaranth, the whole situation with her. I thought, well, this is my day off. Should I really give my thoughts about this lady and all these things that are going on with her? And I thought, all right then, got about 20, 30 views from it. And yeah, it was quite good. But when I can't really find anything to talk about, I find out what's going on in the world and give my thoughts. Although these days, folks, it's quite rare that we don't have a few suggestions or quite a few rising stars in the schedule. I mean, I got over 100 of them to do now. Here's the thing, Loki. If I only did rising stars, like 4 videos a day, I could do an entire month of just rising stars now, thanks to my little brainstorming. But if you want to talk about something, folks, whether it's gaming related or pop culture related or politically related, just speak your mind using a structured, scripted format. Introduction, explanation, explaining the situation, your personal views, and then conclude by saying, I think this is this way or this is that way, and then outro saying goodbye to everyone. It's not easy, but if you want examples, my channel is a perfect example, and it takes all sorts to do what we're doing, and there's no one way to grow. It's not easy. It does take time. That's why I structure the scripts so that they are not as time-consuming. But yeah, I've made well over 1,000 videos this year, and I've gained, well, at the start of the year, January 1st, I was on 52 subscribers. Now I'm on 1,134. So here we are.
In a year.
Which was completely unexpected, folks. I have been lucky a few times, a few spikes, thanks to Tyrone Magnus, Daywave Radio, who else? Steel Toe, the Steel Toe Morning Show, Mersh, Pod Awful, who else? Psych to Go, as well as a few other channels that I've talked about. It's incredible. The fact that I've gotten to 1,000 this quickly. I hit 1,000 on September the 4th, 2022. And I first started the second run, which is my second run on YouTube, on the 28th of October, 2021. So it has taken...
just under a year, 11 months.
Yes, which is unbelievable.
Joker Boy says, I got to get back to work, then back to my padded cell. Have a great day, Valhalla. Joker Boys, you take care, brother. Thank you for hopping in. Snowdub says, I found myself getting bored covering entertainment. So now I just focus on the comedy of my shows. One of the things I tell people all the time is do you. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Don't worry about what Joe Blow is doing over on their channel. Worry about what you're doing and worry about you having fun. If you're not having fun, what's the point in doing this? I hear people bitch all the time about, oh, my content isn't going where I want it to go. Oh, this isn't lining up the way I want this. Oh, Loki, this person was mean to me. And I'm like, what the hell? Just do what you do. Don't worry about this other shit. Don't worry about other people's channels. Don't worry about how this person's doing it. Worry about you and having fun and enjoying what you're doing.
Definitely. And if you want to bitch and moan, ladies and gentlemen, do it privately. And once you've vented privately, then just go back to what you're doing. Don't let it be a burden on other public figures. Your relations will still be good with other people. You would have vented, and then you will move on. If you have any problems with fellow creators, either you vent about it privately on your own, in your own house or flat or wherever it is you live, and then move on, because yes, it's never easy. There are fellow creators that can sometimes be annoying, and they are who they are, and so much the better. And if you're annoyed by what they are doing, then you vent about it privately. Don't make it someone else's concern, because it could sour relations. I mean,
Mahogany says it's so important to do you and what you're passionate about. Absolutely. Matt Cave says, yes, having fun as a creator is so important. Absolutely. And Chris Persia, Loki, don't forget, this creator is being a meanie. They're streaming right what I'm streaming. Do you know how many people are streaming right now? Do you know how many people out there are streaming right now? And people are going to get upset, meanie, that someone else is streaming when they're in streaming. I honestly don't care. There's a person out there right now streaming. And if they're out there streaming specifically to get me to go meanie, well, they're going to be very disappointed, because I honestly don't give a shit.
Well, there are over 7 million can't say Twitch because it gives me a twitch. There are over 7 million Twitch streamers according to Social Blade, and about 55 million channels on YouTube, again according to Social Blade. And to talk about Markini draws, if you want people to call you Markini, put an R between the A and the K, then there will be no mistake. But this great guy is an artist, and I am somewhat of an artist myself. To paraphrase a meme, here's one of my artworks, as I show it to you now on a whiteboard. Yeah. There you go. It's a piece of my artwork for you. There's also another piece of artwork I've done.
You like mechs, huh? You like mechs?
Oh, that's supposed to be a plastic creature, but it's hard to draw plastic bags.
I thought it was like a mech.
And this was supposed to be... fan. This was supposed to be made into a video, but we are quite delayed on it. Scheduling, folks, it's the bane of all creators. But it's great to see that people are speaking their mind and creating their own videos. To go on what what was his name? Snowdub said about it being difficult for you to keep on going, as it were. I mean, think about Snowdub. Great guy, very entertaining. With his puppet show. If you want to talk about puppets, how many puppets are there in the Muppet Show? I mean, there must be at least half a dozen, maybe a dozen. Giving your thoughts on each puppet is a video, potentially. So that's like 7 to 13 videos. My thoughts on Kermit the Frog. My thoughts on Ms. Piggy, also known as Liz Cheney. my thoughts on that dumpster puppet. Green-looking fellow, and all the other puppets as well. Anything can be a video, folks. You can have a live stream discussion about the Muppet Show, or the Pokemon movies, or anything, everything. Anything can be content. That is my mantra. That is what I want to push for. And if YouTube wants content, let's give it to them. You want some cake, fat guy? Well, have some cake. Have some more cake. Have some more cake, and the cake is videos. You want me to make 6 videos? I'll make 8, or 10, or 12. 12's the record, by the way. 12 videos a day. I tried 14, but I only got as far as 10. Talk about a bridge too far. But YouTube wants us to keep on making content until we burn ourselves out, so they can get rid of us that way. But with proper scheduling, proper efficiency, structuring scripts so that only minor changes are necessary to reduce the burden of time, you could potentially make 15 or 20 videos a day under that system. I mean, my only weaknesses, Loki, when it comes to making videos, is that I get lower back pain, or my bum is numb because I sit in this makeshift chair with a blanket. Oh no, some of my clothes that I wear, so I don't have to get them in the cupboard. But there's a blanket back here, along with cushions that were supposed to be on the chair seat, but I replaced them with another blanket. So everything's makeshift.
More comfy. Well,
Yes.
you got to have something comfy to sit on, man. When you're in this chair, when you're in this chair in front of a desk for so long, it has to be comfortable. You have to. That's one thing I've learned, man. I'll sit here and video edit for 3 and 4 hours, and you gotta
hours.
Yeah, when I redo the intros, I usually redo all the intros. So like this last batch of intros that I've used, I've got a specific intro for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The only one I've never changed is the one with the Dega, because I hit that fucker out of the park like right off the bat. It was like, you want a horror scary dun 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 dun. I love that. I love that intro. I've got to redo the new ones that I just did recently, because Lord of the Rings is over, so I need a new Friday one. Plus, I had a really good guy. I don't know if he wants me to say this, but I'll say it. I'm gonna let it out anyway. Punk Waddle sent me a message the other day, and he said, if you don't mind, send me the Loki intro song, which is Shocked by Black Rom, and the ow, because I want to line everything up for you to where it all like fits perfectly. And I was like, okay. I just kind of threw the music in there with the ow. So I was like, sure, have a crack at it. And he added horns, and it all lines up, and it's like every time it's like da na 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 na. It's like ow. So it all, I mean, you're like, yeah, bow now 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 now, and everything flows perfect. And Floral from Under a Rock did that. So,
wow. The puppets have their talent. Puppets. I mean, when it comes to editing for me, folks, if you've watched Reality Based, I also have intros. And it's simply Ryan Roger Athay presents Reality Based episode, say 7, because that was the episode Loki was on. A picture of Loki, a picture of me, and for about 50 seconds, just having that with the lovely copyright-free music, fingers crossed. And, going from there with the standard intro, bring on the guest, and then we begin Reality Based. So, and all of that is for the sake of time, folks, because live streaming can be time consuming. I have a live stream, as I said before, with Ironcaster tonight for me, which is afternoon for you guys in the United States. And all I have to do now, because I've already made the structured script for that live stream, the 6 points, as Loki is well aware. And all I have to do now is the thumbnail and the intro, which is simply just Ryan Roger Athay presents Ironcaster, Reality Based, episode 10, Ironcaster, and that music, and then it will be done. So it's all about making the process as quick and as simple as possible so it can be done, so we can move on to make more thumbnails, more scripts for more videos. The more the better, because keep on going and you can keep on growing.
Any roadblocks you've run into?
At the beginning.
Tell us about any roadblocks. Well, not just in the beginning. Recently, anything that you've run into that you're like, well, shit, I didn't expect this, or anything like that.
Well, in the beginning, because I like being chronological, there were plenty of problems. I mean, structuring the scripts, the points from introduction to explanation, personal views, and the conclusion, all of that had to be set up. And that was the difficulty at the start. During the first run, it was mainly my thoughts. We didn't have many suggestion videos because there wasn't really an audience to get suggestions from. Rising Stars did not exist because that idea only came into existence because someone shared my thoughts on them. So I thought, if they can do it for me, I can share my thoughts on these creators as Rising Stars. So there were plenty of problems in the beginning. Networking was something I never really considered until Rising Stars became a tremendous success, when people like yourself and like Rambling Canuck and a few others saw my videos and thought, oh, who's this guy? Why is he being so positive? And then
why is he making video? Why did he make a video about me? And he knows things. He's paying attention. Yeah. Now, Ryan brought up something that I put out like 2 years ago. And I'm like, holy shit, I did do that. Because I remembered. I didn't remember until he told me. But then I was like, yeah, I did talk about that. I remember talking about that. I remember doing that video.
We have a file on every Rising Star, and every guest of Reality Based.
He's the CIA of
script.
He's the CIA of YouTube, folks. We have a file. We have a file. Holy shit!
Well, that's
it's dedication.
Yes,
it is, because people can say all the shit they want to. They can be like, "Oh my God, you're so great," and let me kiss your ass. But it very rarely have I run into anybody that's like, "Oh no, I went back and I watched this and I watched that." And I know there are people here. There are people in this chat that were there back then, that were there in the OG days. But I don't expect someone that wasn't to know about that. It's not something I would expect. Agent Athay, MI6.
Well, I keep plenty of records, folks. Unlike services today who keep everything on bloody computers and things, I use paper documentation. There's also this, which is my schedule file. There's also a display book file with loads of different papers and things. It's barely full, but it should be full pretty soon. So I like record keeping. I like knowing people's origin stories. And that's really what Reality Based is all about, finding out about this creator, how they started and how they got to where they are today, as well as where they're going in the future. So I can confirm right here on this show that every Rising Star is on the file. Hopefully, I don't lose the file. Now, confidentiality is at the core of my data collection, and it will not be sold for any price.
Prince Zao, greetings. Prince Zal's a great YouTuber, guys. If you haven't subscribed to him, check him out. Please, if I can get a mod to throw out a link for his channel in chat. Prince is a great guy. Lots of games. Has an absolutely wonderful channel. Mark Dambling Tired says Pop Culture Therapy, Loki. Yeah. Greetings and welcome to Pop Culture Therapy. I'm your host, Stone Loki. Yeah. Before Mornings of Mischief, there was Pop Culture Therapy.
And channels, they do evolve. They do improve. Some channels retire. We know that with Bowles Trek, a great creator who unfortunately retired and restarted again as Cultivated Media Incorporated, although that has not led to a new channel. But he's a great guy. I called him a rising star because he was the man who brought Gary, Nerdrotic, and Heel vs. Babyface together.
Yes.
Where would Friday Night Tights be without our lovely Az?
I had Balls Trek on. It's at one point. I can't remember when. I know it was last year, I think. I think it was last year. God help me. I'm pretty sure it was last year. Might have been at the beginning of this year. I don't know. But I do remember I had him on at one point. And it was great talking to him. Great guy. Absolutely wonderful guy. And, I feel bad sometimes because honestly, I fly by the seat of my pants. There's people that I've had on that I've only had on once and I've never talked to again, that I've tried to catch up with. There are people that were like, yeah, sure, I'd come on, and then never came on, and it's just like I'm immediately on to what's next. I've always been like that, and do I fly by the seat of my pants? Yes, there is so not a plan. I know people are like, well, Loki planned all this out in Mornings of Mischief. Yeah, Mornings of Mischief got planned out in like a weekend. I was like, okay, the pop culture therapy thing I'm not happy with. I've got to come up with something else. And it was like, okay, Mornings with Loki. No, that doesn't sound. Mornings of Madness. No, Mornings of Mischief. Ooh, Mornings of Mischief. And then it was Loki's Mornings of Mischief. And it's like everything just kind of went after that. And I haven't stopped. There is no stopping. There is no, well, I'm gonna just take this week off. No, there's none of that. It just keeps going and it keeps going and it keeps going, and it doesn't end. McKinney draws with $5 super chat. I'm just asking Loki to play the Az clip. I can do that. Thank you so very much, Machini Draws, for that $5 super chat. Skull!
God, I want to punch an old woman in the face.
Yes. And that was one of the most insane streams for people. If you go back and you watch that stream with Az, he had no idea that I was like, nope, I'm making an intro for you. And, I'm sitting there doing the British bomber. And, he's looking around and he's like, yeah, yeah. And I love doing shit like that. And honestly, I don't get to do shit like that enough.
And he deserves to be where he is today.
Yeah.
I mean, you basically give up your career to try and make it as a creator. He spent years losing money hand over fist. It is a great job that he is where he is today after a decade of content creation. I mean, here's something for you folks. I was 11 years old when Az first started making videos. April 2012. It's just wonderful. He deserves to be where he is today. And if you put the work in, folks, you could get there too. I mean, it takes all sorts. Some channels make a few shorts, go viral, get to the tens of thousands, like Mr. Grant Gregory and good old Zax, who's in the chat, I think. I mean, and Mexican Iron Man. People like Mexican Iron Man and who is the other person? I forgot his name, but he's definitely a man. People behind the scenes who aid fellow creators, they are wonderful. We need all the help we can get. If you haven't started a channel, you should. And if you want to cooperate with fellow creators, including me, I need all the guests I can get on Reality Based, Loki. You're more than welcome to be
Mexican Iron Man is a $5 super chat that says, I can personally attest to the extent which Loki plans things on his channel. Just saying. If anybody can, Mexican Iron Man can. And Frankenstein Jeeves with a $5 super chat says, don't you want a Fanta? Mikey does. El Perro rules. Well, just for that, ask and thou shalt receive. Skull! Wanna Fanta? Don't you wanna Fanta? Mexican Iron Man wants his Fanta. Wanna Fanta? Don't you wanna Fanta? Don't you wanna Mexican Iron Man wants Fanta? Yes.
I was doing that because I was having a drink of Pepsi.
Prince Zhao with the $20 super chat, brother. Thank you. Says Stone Loki just sending support and love, my brother. Shout out to you and Ryan both. Shout out to you, my friend. Guys, again, if you aren't subscribed to Prince Zhao, go over, check out his content, check out his channel. The guy does gaming. Absolutely wonderful human being, ladies and gentlemen. And he says hashtag Fanta. He wants the Fanta too. I guess I can play it back again. Thank you so much for your $20 super chat, Prince Zhao. Skull! Wanna Fanta? Don't you wanna Fanta? Don't you wanna Mexican Iron Man wants a Fanta? Wanna Fanta? Don't you wanna Fanta? Mexican Iron Man wants his Fanta.
You should turn that into a song, Loki. Because I've written songs, Ryan's original songs. I think I've publicly released 5, and I think a 6th one is on the way soon. It takes all sorts. You can make all sorts of videos, ladies and gentlemen. I wish I started making videos when I was 18. I'm 23 now. First started making them at 21. And my only regret is not starting sooner. Because I could have networked with fellow creators in 2019. It's just wonderful to be here.
And sometimes that that happens. I created this channel in 2009. I created this channel in 2009. I was doing I was doing just like music videos and I'm gonna take this song and I'm gonna cut this little video up and I'm gonna make it. It never really went anywhere. I had absolutely no direction.
No.
And Matt Cabe, who's been a member for 13 months and is Warrior of Midgard, says 2 YouTube legends on screen. You guys rock. So do you, Matt Cabe. Absolutely, brother. So do you. There's so many people that are there to help, to be a brother, to stand with you, to be there when you need a hand. YouTube is full of people, not that because there are some bad apples that just want to bring you down, but there's so many good people out there too. And you can't let the people that have a chip on their shoulder ruin things for you and everybody else, because that's what they want to do. They want you gone.
They are a tiny minority, thankfully, folks. And hopefully I'll be around long enough for the thousands of creators who are making videos to turn into the tens of thousands, if not the millions. Because, I forgot the hundreds of thousands. We'll get to there when we get there. But we need, as I said before, and I'll say again, we need all the help we can get. If you haven't spoken your mind before, do it now before it's too late.
Do it now. Do it now. Okay, so somebody told me the other day, someone actually on your side of the pond. That YouTube content creation, things of that nature, that is the most sought after job for this upcoming generation. We've got a generation that only wants to do TikTok and Shorts and YouTube and Twitch. This is the most sought after job for young people. And seeing that and knowing that there is a boatload of competition that is coming.
Millions,
tens of millions. If you think that things exploded when the coup happened and people were stuck at home, you haven't seen anything yet.
Well, I'd just like to point out that in March of 2022, according to Social Blade, there was 52.5 million YouTube channels recognized. Today, as of the making of this live stream, it's close to 55 million. So 2.5 million new channels in the space of what? April, May, June, July, August. 8 months. No, 7 months. Can't even get it right when it's on my fingers. So 2.5 million channels have been registered so far in the last 7 months. And that just goes to show it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. In the next few years, there'll be 100 million channels recognized. Those are the ones that have a good few subscribers, and they're slowly but surely growing. And more power to them. And the more people we can get to do this, we'd be like Legion. I am Legion, for we are many. I hope Christian viewers know that term. But we are Legion. And hopefully we are many, and we make pop culture great again, to borrow another quote.
That's right. And guys, if you aren't subscribed to Snowdub, I know I say this all the time, get your butts over there. Check out Snowdub's channel. We need to get him to 2K before the end of the year to prove him wrong.
He's definitely being suppressed, though. In all honesty, live streamers are being suppressed, especially those who speak their mind close to election year. I try my best to bypass the algorithm. I mean, Rising Stars was specifically designed to do that. I kind of tripped over this realization when Tyrone Magnus shared my thoughts about him. Now, I gained 200 subscribers in 2 days, and I thought, perhaps there is a way to bypass the algorithm by connecting people together, by honestly and openly highlighting creators who are doing well as Rising Stars. And from that, we can all network with each other, build a massive community of like-minded people. Of course, there will be disagreements, but in an alliance, folks, it's usually one thing that bands you together, and that's the evil empire. Do you think everyone in the Rebel Alliance liked each other? No. They just all opposed the empire. And the same should apply to this massive alliance of alternatives. And so much the better.
Indeed, absolutely. And I want to thank Mexican Iron Man for the 5 memberships that he has dropped. We got one for Asaj Melody, Zakarot 315, Mark the Infinitely Tired, The Madman, Leia Rose, and Project Cambrian. Thank you, Mexican Iron Man, for those memberships. And welcome to the Viking Horde, ladies and gentlemen. Skull! Zombie Box Reviews with the £2 super chat says, "Hail Loki and Ryan, you guys are brilliant. You are brilliant, sir. Thank you so very much."
My main mod.
£2 super chat.
My first mod, ladies and gentlemen.
First mod. God, you never forget your first, do you? Darth Arlene with $5 super chat says, "Part owner of a drinking channel and my own bullshit channel. Love every minute of it on both. Hashtag toxic masculinity."
You should have a veterans talk about your times as in the military. I think that would be pretty good, because I think Darth Arlena was in the military, if memory serves.
And McKinney Draws with the $20 super chat says, "I got a bet with my co-host Bruce Lombardo to get to 2K before my 33rd birthday next year. But Ryan and Loki are making a great point on staying the course and persevering. I continue to be the example of that. He absolutely does. Makini has been a really good friend over the past couple of years. He has been, and he's been an inspiration. He draws, he kicks ass, he chews bubblegum. He has a character named Bubblegum, and continues to be a bright spot on YouTube. And sometimes those things are rare. Sometimes those things are very rare. Sometimes you absolutely need that. You need that enthusiasm. You need that brightness. You need that light. And Makini is that. So thank you, brother, so very much. Thank you, Darth Arlena. Thank you, Zombie Box Reviews, for your guys' super chats. You guys keep the fires burning bright here in Valhalla, and we're going absolutely OG this morning. Skull!
A dollar? I've never seen a dollar. Nobody's got a dollar. Let us see the dollar. There it is. It's beautiful. Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill.
Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill. We've also got a $5 super chat question for you from Showback TJC. When are we getting an Athay meetup video live stream? Inquiring minds want to know.
You know, I'd love to have Az on Reality Based, as I would like all of you to be on the show. Unfortunately, most of my networking is through Twitter, and he doesn't have that, direct messaging system. I could ask him publicly, but it's not something that I'm not comfortable asking people to publicly be on the show. But I'd be more than willing to ask Az, to ask Gary, to ask Doomcock, Ryan Kinnell, Eric July, the greatest guy. That's why they call him Young Ripper 59. My own little rhyme. Did that rhyme too? I don't remember. But yes, everyone is welcome onto the show. And saying that, Shellback, I will make a note and publicly ask Az and all those other wonderful people that I just mentioned that they can be on the show. I'd love to talk to them. In fact, the more the better. So I'll write it down. Publicly ask Az to be on Reality Based. There we go. And the reason why the show is called Reality Based is because for some reason people think I am based. I don't know why. I mean, there are only 2 genders. How is that based? I really don't know. How have we come to this point where it is based to say that there are only men and women. And I'll leave it at that because I don't want Loki's channel to be suppressed any more than it is.
Frankenstein Jeebus says, I'll ask Az for you. He always answers me.
Oh, that's very kind of you. And fingers crossed, ladies and gentlemen, Loki doesn't have an audio apocalypse, because I remember a few hours ago I was watching Loki's first YouTube talk, and he had one of those audio bloopers, you know.
Yep.
I think it's because of that overlay you have, you know, with the big microphone and all the dragons and all that. But hopefully it's not anything.
Okay, so I've got a short, it's random. It can happen at any point in time. I've gone through two microphones, two Blue Yeti microphones.
You use Blue Yeti?
Yeah, I use Blue Yeti. So there's a short in the USB controller. When it happens, my keyboard shuts off for just a second, and my mouse shuts off. And then once it only lasts for like a half a second, and then boom, everything's back on. Well, in that time, StreamYards has become so confused because my mic just switched off that it switches to my Sound Blaster, and there's nothing plugged into my Sound Blaster. So you immediately get this static nonsense because it turns that microphone on, even though there's not a microphone plugged into it. It's turning that port on.
Well, for those who are unaware,
it's so stupid.
Well, for those who are unaware, the Blue Yeti microphone is a very controversial microphone among the microphone reviewing community. I know it takes all sorts to be a content creator. I hate the word YouTuber because it's like we're pimping for YouTube. but yes, there we are.
So every time that happens, that's why.
Well, I don't have a microphone. I rely on the Chromebook microphone, and I think it's pretty good.
I thought it was a program. I really did. For a long time, I was like, okay, it's either my G Hub, or it's the Razer Control app that my mouse and my microphone go through. No, it has nothing to do with that, because the lights on the keyboard will go out, the lights on my mouse will go out, everything goes out and dumps into the Sound Blaster. So, run, Blaster, save yourself, no way you can play. And now I'm just quoting the 86 Transformers movie.
I've never seen it. It was released before I was born.
You should. You should. I went to the theater last year and saw it, like for the anniversary, whatever it was. As good as it always is. So,
well then, great.
But anyway, we've gone like way off topic, and we're talking about shit that
Well, your show's usually an hour, and my show maximum is 2 hours. So
yeah,
we have plenty of time for tangents on reality based. Unfortunately, we don't have as much time on Loki's daily shows.
Before we get out of here, I want you to answer me one more question. If a new content creator that is just starting out came to you and said, Ryan, I want to do content creation. I want to do what you do. What advice would you give them?
Well, it's quite simple. You find something you're interested to talk about, give your thoughts on it. If it's a niche topic, then most likely you'll not get many views at the start. You most likely won't get views at the start when you are starting. That's just a matter of fact. But if you want to be a creator, using me as an example, you've got to make a lot of videos. You've got to dedicate a lot of time. You have to have a plan of how you will structure those videos. What I do, the structured scripts, 5 points, the intros and all that, the thumbnails, and using PowerPoint. Basically, speak your mind. whether it's about pop culture, politics, society, history. Give your thoughts, hence my thoughts. Once you build an audience, you can take suggestions from other people to talk about anything and everything, because getting things to talk about, folks, is one of the most difficult things that a creator can find, in my view. So basically start off speaking your mind with a scripted format if you're not comfortable speaking in front of a camera. And basically just realize you're not going to grow overnight. It's not going to be easy. You have to be consistent and dedicated. You have to have your schedule set up. And my advice would be to look at what other creators have done and model yourselves on them. Take a little bit of what I do, take a little bit of what Loki does, and Gary and Az and Doomcock and the hundreds, if not thousands, of other creators, both big and small. Do research, see what's going on in the world, and then go from there. It's not going to be easy. You're not going to make money, in my view. If you take my example, I haven't made a penny doing what I'm doing. But so long as you enjoy yourself, you can keep on going. So long as you're consistent in your content creation, as well as in your live streaming, you will grow eventually. But it does take time, and it will take many, many years. And you've got to get lucky, because I've been lucky quite a few times where people share my thoughts about them or things they're interested in. So you got to ride the wave, and sometimes that wave comes crashing down on you. But hopefully we can inspire people to speak their mind, network, get people on shows, and recommend people to other people. And if you have a problem with another creator, vent it privately, ideally on your own, so you don't alienate a fellow creator. Like when Mexican Iron Man, you and Mexican Iron Man, I think it was yesterday, when you talked about people having complaints and how it was mildly annoying. If you're going to vent, folks, do it privately and with dignity. And if you want to flesh things out with a fellow creator, be willing to accept that you're not going to agree on everything. You've got to have thick skin to do this, and don't be easily offended. Because if you're easily offended, you won't last. Just as simple as that. And try your best to be yourself, but realize that you all have the same foe, that is the establishment, that doesn't want any of us to have a voice. And through that one thing that in common that we have, we can all work together, no matter if you think the other person's content is awful or not. We are all in the same boat, and if it sinks, we all sink.
That's right.
That's all I'm going to say.
That's right. And Shellback TJC says, Valhalla, roll out. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Mexican Iron Man said, this guy's the real problem on the internet. We need to close the borders to these problematic Mexican guys on YouTube. Cancel Mexican Iron Man.
Well, we definitely need to close the borders, but not through Mexican Iron Man's example.
Darth Alina says, have fun doing it. If you're not having fun, it's not worth doing. Arwen Avalon says, yes, Chris, the Roy Adele has to be the manager and bouncer. Mirrorsphere Origin says, how's your week going, Mexican Iron Man?
Yeah, tax season is over. Thank goodness.
Stiff upper lip, you know? Yeah, Mike's going to be on his way to Valhalla this weekend. It's going to be absolutely nuts. Everyone that's coming, it's going to be so great to see you. We're looking probably around 20 people. Ooh. So that's going to be that's double what I thought it would be. So I can't wait to meet everybody. I can't wait to shake hands.
It'll be 200 next year. Maybe.
Well, next year Loki's getting married. Oh, so we're gonna at right around the same time. So we're probably gonna skip a year. Oh, so it will be 2 years till the next one. So October of next year will be flowers in the air.
And that's an exclusive for this episode of Wednesday's YouTube Talk.
That's right. But we're out of here. I want to thank Ryan so very much for taking the time to come on here this morning and update us on what is going on with him, update us on what he's been doing and how he's handling YouTube. and the advice he's given this morning. Thank you so very much. That's what these YouTube talks are about. Usually I don't have a guest, and usually it's just me. But Ryan's been kicking ass and taking names, so I wanted to hear from him and get an update. So thank you so very much. Captain Phantom there with $2 super chat says, "Cancel Mexican Iron Man. Hail Mexican Iron out." I think we can do that. I think we can do that. I think I have that on tap. So just for you, Mexican Iron Man, here it comes. Skull!
You're a very funny man, senor.
And thank you. Zagorod315 says, "Have a great day, folks." Arwen Avalon says, "Have a great day." Y'all, we're out of here. Take care. Be excellent to each other. Always speak friend to enter. And we'll see you guys real soon. Take care, everybody.
Bye for now, folks.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.